So I don't know about you, but I have to explain what terriers means to people in that title. You know, what's your line, or how have you best described that?
You know what's interesting was because I was of the camp that was like, that's got to change immediately.
Right.
No, and my friend Greg was, oh, it's good. No, keep it terriers. It'll alienate 80% of the population that you want to watch the show. You know, it's great. I think it's just more about there's two things. It's about the tenaciousness of these guys, the underdog kind of status of them, that they're clever, and that you know, there was an old nickname for gumshoes. They used to call them terriers at one point, and I think in that mix and world. But what I like is as soon as it becomes a known quantity, if people see it and they understand it and they're living with the characters in the show, then it's a non-issue.
What was it like to work with Sean Ryan and Ted Griffin?
Ted I didn't know as well, but I knew Ted was friends with some friends of mine who were screenwriters, and I just thought, what a great guy, and what a great writer, and what a funny guy. And I have to say, Sean's genius. Sean's kind of more like the Wizard of Oz, who kind of, he does his genius from far away, and he's kind of in his laboratory doing these awesome things. And I felt by the end of the year that Ted was the kid that wanted to hang out,
Right.
you know, more. I was fully aware that it was a huge opportunity for me, and one I was hugely grateful for from the get-go, just because of who they are, and FX, you know, and working at this network that puts out great stuff. And it's like a real, it's like you've been given this real validation and is handed this mandate to be able to try and, you know, run with the show. I don't know, they're just both really good guys too, you know, just good, they're really good human beings. And that's kind of crucial, because at the end of the day, I don't think make really good stuff anyway, because there's an element of them that they don't have enough empathy for humanity.
So then, you know, as people have been watching the show, the number one comment I get is about your chemistry with Michael Raymond James. And where do you think that comes from? I mean, you guys worked together prior, but this is a whole new relationship.
When I met Michael, he's one of those guys that you meet because we worked together on a show. We just started talking and laughing about stuff, and I don't know if I'm insane this way, but I'm so instinctual about these types of things in life. Like, oh, this guy's just going to be a friend of mine for life. If Michael was the opposite of what he was, like if he was egocentric and demanding and weird and stuff like that, it's like, God, do you know how hard it is, man, to have to play like we're best friends?
Right.
You know, I just knew it was. He's a remarkably unique human being with a huge heart, and super generous guy, and really talented. He's just, you know, I can't say enough about him. You remember, Kelly, you were there during the whole auditioning process, you know, and he was the first guy I remember that came in, and sometimes you feel bad for the other dudes, because when I walked in and you see there's a few guys sitting around, you're like, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, great, they're friends.
Right.
But, you know, he just won it because he's the best actor.
Right.
You know, one of the best actors I've ever worked with in my life.
And how important do you think it was to film the show down in Ocean Beach and down in San Diego?
The unique thing about Ocean Beach is it's essentially a working / middle class community that's on a beach in California that hasn't been taken over by 15-story high rises on that, you know,
Right.
super expensive real estate on the sand, and a lot of corporate clothing shops and coffee houses and stuff. It just hadn't been gentrified the way other beach communities have in California, or almost everywhere you go, and it's kind of fiercely proud about that. But it gives you this opportunity to have a community that you can kind of wrap your mind around. I was unabashed from the get-go to try and pull Hank into my world. Mm-hmm. You know, I wasn't. And it was interesting because when it was first conceived, maybe the guy was a little older or seemed older, or I know that, like, even in wardrobe they were like, well, maybe he's like Dennis Franz in NYPD Blue, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There was no. I'm like, I'm from down there. Mm-hmm. I'm of this age. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty broken down. I'm kind of angry at the world. No, just bring him to me. Bring him to me.
Well, I guess the last thing is then can't wait for season 2, right?
Yeah, I can't wait for season 2.